Well, hello there. It is I, Skippysimon. And I got me this little book right here. At one point, this held chocolates. I did a review of the chocolates. They were gross, but I appreciate the gift. Thank you very much, friend who gave them to me. I love you. The chocolates are just, nah. It's okay. I will say the chocolates will never be as sweet as you. I love you. You know who you are. You know who you are. Anyway, this little metal book, metal. I thought it would be something cool to reuse. Didn't know what for. And I thought to myself, hey, wait a second. Let's see if stuff fits in there. And guess what I did? Oh, I put my new vapes in there. Isn't that cute? I got my new vapes. Now, it's the one we're doing today. This is lemon cherry gelato. Come here. Alright. The other one is, you'll find out later. But I got this one for free. Thank you, Molly's Roots Dispensary in Sun Valley. For hooking my ass up as always. I just need to get a new puffer. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, there's this movie called Hollywood Nights. It's where this band, the New Bomb Turks, got their name from because of a gentleman in the movie played by Robert Wool named New Bomb Turk, which is a very unique name. I would actually take into consideration, if I were to have a son, calling him New Bomb. I think that's just a really neat name. But where its origins, who knows? New Bomb Turk. Anyway, lemon cherry gelato. But yeah, go see the movie Hollywood Nights. That too. But I don't really watch that many movies, but that's a movie I'll watch any chance I get. It's just funny. And there's this kid named Dudley in the movie, and he has an inhaler. And he dresses up as a magician. He's just like he's a character. He's a fantastic character in a fantastic movie. Like a nerdy character who like gets adopted by the cool kids. It's the story of my life. But anyhow. But anyway, he always is asking for his puffer. My puffer, my puffer. Has anyone seen my puffer? And this is my puffer. And if you watch Gothic King Cobra JFS, rip puffers. This is Sunset Sherbet and Girl Scout cookies. No way! There's so many gelatos. Gelato 33, Gelato 41, Gelato 666, Gelato 999. I don't know. A lot of gelatos. This is a cross between the cookie strain, Girl Scout cookies, and the Sherbaccio strain of Sunset Sherbet. When Sunset Sherbet first came out, I could not get enough of it. Could not. Loved it. Oh. I've done a review of this before, but I don't care. I like this stuff. Although I will say that of the gelatos between the lemon cherry and the 33, I have to say the 33 is slightly better. But you know what? Hey. Let me be fair and impartial. These are my lungs we're talking about. It may not be the same across the board for everybody. Okay? I'm different. I'm not like the rest of the world. I am higher evolved. I know it sounds crazy. I was born without wisdom teeth. University of Pittsburgh professor told me I was higher evolved, and I just picked up that ball and ran with it. That's why I could not find an adequate mate in society, is because I can't find higher evolved women, and I don't want to mix my higher evolved genetics with, more Neanderthalithic genetics of just regular humans. I can't do that. But, the same way that you combine Girl Scout cookies and Sunset Sherbet to make this gelato, which is genetically superior to its, parents. Yeah, that's sure. Let's run with it. Anyhow, I'm going to take a bang off of this real quick, and I'll get back to you. Hold on one sec. I got to look at something down. There's something down here I got to look at. I got something down here. Ooh, what's that over there? Let me go check that out. Hey, I'm back. Ooh, wow. Wow. That is so tasty. Oh my God. Like a fruit punch taste. That was delicious. That was fantastic, man. Sluggers and fucking sauce. You guys got the taste and the effects. I fucking love it. I'm waiting for the effects to kick in, though. I don't know what it is with gelatos in me, but the effects kick in kind of slow. I did a review of the sauce gelato bar, and I remember that one. I drank that. That's my problem, is I just go through these 1 grammers so quick. I need to, the bigger size 2 gram ones. Just for... These are the complaints of a marijuana addict. That's all I'm saying. The high is kicking in now. Wow. Whew. I like it when a high creeps up on you. I like a good creeper weed. I remember, I think cheese used to do that to me. I miss a good cheese strain. Whatever happened to cheese? My God, that was like an early 2000 thing. Like, we had this strain called cheese going around, and it just smelled like cheese. And it fucking smoked so good. I miss a good cheese. I miss a good skunk. You can't find skunk anymore. I haven't seen a strawberry cough outside of like a vapor pen in forever. Like, I don't even know if the genetics are still around, which is scary to think that they can just get, disappear. But things mutate, things change depending on environment, different, climate, whether you're growing in, high elevated area, low elevated area. Crazy like that. Man, this is real good. Ooh. That's what I want to talk about. I heard something crazy on the internet about comedy. And like how this is all speculation, okay? Mind you, I'm not a fan of Joe Rogan. The Rogan Sphere comedians are the worst comedians out there. They're not, I don't even call them comedians. They do commentary. Okay, they have a podcast and they take their podcast on the road. They call it a comedy show. And all they do is commentary. They're not comedians. We don't have very many comedians anymore. We have commentarians. They make opinionated comments about stuff, and we're supposed to find it humorous. I write jokes. That's the difference between me and most other people who... like I say, I'm calling them commentarians from now on, because that's what they are. They're, a lot of the commentarians are on the Rogan Sphere side. They gotta voice their opinion about blah, blah, blah. Rogan's a just awful comic. I had the misfortune of working with him for 7 years at the Comedy Store before I got kicked out. And in that time, I witnessed him beat up a woman. I had to protect my friends who were waitresses from him because, excuse me, one of the waitresses got Brian Redband to. She convinced Brian Redband, this other comedian that we all didn't like, was getting head in the main room. So Redband ran down, everybody ran down to the main room. They kicked open the door with the video camera on, and it was Rogan getting a beach. And he could not. It cracks me up when comedians can dish out jokes, dish out insults, and humiliate other people, but they can't take it when it happens to them. Just fess up to it. That's the whole thing. He got angry at my two friends who are waitresses, my friends Katie and Adrian. He got all pissed off at them, where he was like yelling at Katie in the parking lot because he couldn't take a joke. And I had to get in his face. I was like, dude, nah, these are my friends. We go do karaoke together. You're not going to talk to my friends like that. What happened here was you got busted getting a blowjob in the fucking main room, and you can't handle that happened to you. And he folded his arms like, that never happened. And it was just too funny, because, like, I don't know. But I keep hearing this thing on the internet that, like, Rogan is a CIA asset. That's a motorcycle in the back. Ooh, motorcycle. Speeding motorcycle. So I keep hearing Rogan is a CIA asset. I don't know if it's true or not. He has a lot of CIA dudes. He moved from California down to Austin, became like some right-wing maniac, anti-vaxxer weirdo. Pandemic just screwed his brain up. I'm not saying pandemic didn't screw everyone's brain up, but so I keep hearing this thing about him being a CIA asset. Who knows? Maybe him and Alex Jones got season passes to Bohemian Grove now or something. I don't know. Okay, but the new one that I heard is about Shane Gillis being a CIA asset. And like, I'm wondering right now, does CIA stand for Comedy in America? Like, I know, like, there's like, I've heard that these right-wing influencers are being paid by Russian money and shit, which is scary as fuck. So who's not to say that comedians are, government assets? It can happen. Okay. And I heard these guys saying it online. I know nothing about Shane Gillis. Okay. Somebody told me to watch one of his comedy specials. And I have this term for comedians called BBC. In the porn world, stands for Big Black Cock. To me, it stands for Basic Bitch Comedian. Okay? And that's what I see in Shane Gillis. He's a basic bitch comedian. Okay? He's just up there telling, like, hey, these jokes that I wrote about my family and this and that, and just straight up hack shit. And like, I saw this one meme of a squirrel begging, and they said the caption was Shane Gillis when one of his jokes doesn't land, and it was just like, and to me that was funnier than his whole special. I didn't find his special very funny because it was I am very opinionated about stand-up comedians, and I'll tell you why. I hosted the open mic at the Comedy Store for 5 years. That's back when we had it on Sunday and Monday. And I would host the open mic portion, the potluck. Mitzi Shore had me doing it from 2002 until 2007. Even before I was a paid regular at the Comedy Store, Mitzi had me as the host of the potluck. And at that point, that had only happened to like 3 other comics. It was like me and 2 other guys. But anyway, so So I've seen a lot of stand-up, and I've seen a lot of horrible stand-up. I've seen some good stand-up. Like, how I look at potluck, all right, at like any open mic, is a pile of shit, okay? For the most part, I enjoy open mics to see what people's idea of what funny is. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's alarming, sometimes it's offensive, sometimes it's disgusting, sometimes it's boring, sometimes it's emotional, sometimes it's therapy. But I like to see what different artists bring to the table. Now, this guy I saw made this very valid point about Shane Gillis rising the ranks too quickly. And it started, hey, like, I'm not going to say that any of this is true. All I know is what I heard. This is on the internet. We can rely on that use that for a reliable source for everything, right? I say sarcastically. But these guys were like saying about how like Shane's father, Notre Dame, in good with the head dude of the CIA. Shane, out of nowhere, gets on Saturday Night Live, gets kicked off. Next thing you know, he's on Joe Rogan. Next thing you know, he's hosting Saturday Night Live. Next thing you know, he's filling out concerts. Next thing you know, he's back on Saturday Night Live. Who's to say? Amy Schumer, okay, she's got family in government, so who's to fucking say? Because she's fucking awful. But she's got power and influence with these, government insiders. But I'm just saying, maybe comedy in America is the CIA. And our government's a joke. So who's to say? This is great, though. But I just thought that was kind of strange, because like I said, if anything I can do to help Joe Rogan fall off, I will gladly help you do it, because he's done nothing for me. Okay, nothing. Matter of fact, if you need to, I was just showing this to somebody who didn't believe me about how Rogan threw me under the bus in the Joe Rogan versus Carlos Mencia video. Just go watch it. I'm near the end. He says something along the lines of, who's your only friend around here, Skippy? Carlos Mencia offered me a position on his show 2 weeks before that whole shit happened, and Rogan ruined it for me. So I have no allegiance with Rogan whatsoever. Never did, not going to start. And now that he's like declining, don't care. And he's just an awful comic. If I have, as someone who has seen thousands of comedians, and I have a bag, a Hello Kitty bag filled with hundreds of lineups that I had been on or hosted at the Comedy Store. I have lineups that show the first time Nikki Glazer did stand up. I took a picture, I sent it to her. And also Whitney Cummings. I got times a lot of young comedians. Natasha Leggero, who I love. I love you, Natasha. But needless to say, it's just crazy to think that maybe what you're watching is government programming comedy. Maybe. I'm just throwing it out there. This is complete speculation. Maybe comedy, as we're seeing, bought and paid for by government money. Who knows? Maybe your tax dollars are making an awful comic rich. Who knows? Scary to think about, though. Scary to think about. CIA, comedy in America. Don't want to think about it. But anyway, I'm still an anarchist. So, and not like the bad anarchist. I'm not trying to overthrow the government. I just want to be left the fuck alone. Anarchy means freedom to me. Same way atheism means freedom to me. I just don't want you telling me what to do when I can tell me what to do just fine. But yeah, here's something to think about. Is Shane Gillis, or was he, or did he, use any sort of influence from his Notre Dame dad and his CIA buddies to get where he is. Who knows? And if that's true, can you help me out? No. I'm just playing. Yeah, I didn't find his special to be all that special. He is from around where I live though, which I thought was kind of cool. He's from I think around the Pittsburgh area or somewhere near. I don't know if it's Pittsburgh or Philadelphia, but he's somewhere in Pennsylvania, and that's all right by me. Geographically, we're cool, but I don't know. I don't think he's that funny, but I don't think a lot of comedians are funny. I like absurdist comedians a lot. I like anti-comedy. Like, my taste in comedy is not like everybody else's, but whatever. What the fuck ever. But something to think about. Is comedy being controlled by the government? Is comedy a form of mind control? Is comedy programming you to think differently? Because I've noticed, ever since Dave Chappelle was cloned, he's been a different person. He's been this, I don't even know if he's doing comedy anymore, if he's just doing anti-trans TED Talks. I don't know. I've been out of the loop for a long time. I'm just throwing it out there. That basketball is being thrown in the game. But yeah, it's all speculation. But like David Lee Roth said, who am I to stop a good rumor? Panama. All right. Well, that's been my time. I'm the high on this. I dig it. It's really, really, it's a nice, comfortable high. It's chill, but I also like it because I'm it's making my brain tingly. It's neat. But yeah, this Sluggers lemon cherry do lemon cherry babo lemon bapi. Maybe Kill Tony is a way of them recruiting people for the government. All speculation. This stuff's really good. All right, we'll talk later. You stay awesome. Think about it. Leave me something in the comments. Yeah, leave me something in the comments. What do you think? Because that's how you gotta people don't do anything unless you instruct them. So leave a like, share this with your friends, and leave a comment, and share it with your friends again, and then like it again, and then leave another comment, and then put something on there maybe about how great I am or something. I don't know, but whatever. Just be nice. Be nice to people. Yeah, think about, is Shane Gillis a CIA operative? Has Joe Rogan been bought out by the government? Is him and Alex Jones? Alex Jones, I'm Alex Jones. Are Rogan and Alex Jones season pass holders at Bohemian Grove? Oh, God. They suck, musk, dick, whatever. Anyhow, is Tony Hinchcliffe using Kill Tony as a way to recruit new comedians for the CIA? Who knows? It's all speculation, and now I'm throwing that rumor into the rumor mill because fuck the Rogan sphere. You guys suck. Dude, that dude introduced the world to fucking Brendan Schaub. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Dude. You are not Mitzi Shore, Rogan. You will never be Mitzi Shore. Don't even think because you own a comedy club that you have the mind of Mitzi. Unless you take advantage of all your comedians and pay them nothing. That's the Mitzi Shore way. Anyhow, get him to think that you're the only thing in town that matters, man. Well, yeah, I guess you are in Austin. What else is there in Austin besides that place and barbecue spots. Mind you, I love Austin, Texas. I've had amazing times. I am not knocking Austin. Oh my God, your music scene is incredible. I played at a place when I was in this band. We played at a place called Red 7. And I was running around Austin with this dude named Blag from the Dwarves. I don't know if you're familiar with a band called the Dwarves, but two girls I know have posed naked on their album covers, and that's kind of cool. Anyway, I ran around Austin, Texas with this guy named Blag from the Dwarves, and we were looking for a deep fried Mars bar that we had heard was at this one bar. And we had spent about an hour, 2 hours running around Austin looking for this deep fried fucking Mars bar. We finally get to the place that has it. They say we have it, but we're out of vanilla ice cream, so you can't get it a la mode. And at that point, he was just like, fuck it. And we went down to the fucking gas station and we got ice cream sandwiches. That was a great fucking time. Then he came up on stage with us. He put on a red sequin dress after he pissed in a trash can and sang Police Story by Black Flag with our band. If you were there, it was epic. If you weren't, oh well, I'm telling you about it. Anyhow, I love Austin, Texas. I love Texas. Texas kicks ass. Just don't be racist. Don't be an asshole. Do you really need that many guns? I never understood that. I'd see dudes at like the HEB, like armed to the teeth. I'm like, dude, how small is your dick? Calm down. Fucking, we're not getting, what? I don't know. These people are weird. Anyhow, but anyway. I love Austin. I love San Antonio. I love Houston. I love everywhere I go in Texas. Except that one place, but we won't talk about that. Anyhow, you stay awesome. Lemon Cherry Gelato by Sluggers is great, and I think that these modern comedians, I think maybe Joe Rogan is the ringleader. That's why he gets paid so well. This is complete speculation, and make sure these rumors get out, please. I just want to make sure that these are just in circulation, because who knows? Who knows? All I know is if I end up dead, it's on Rogan. It's on Rogan. It's on Rogan. That's where my fingers point. It's on Rogan. Yeah. Because that means it's true. Whatever. Anyhow, complete speculation and rumor. I'm skippysimon. The truth is, this is great. This is a Sluggers Lemon Cherry Gelato. I got it. Buy two, get one at Roots, Molly's Dispensary on Sherman Way in Sun Valley. You should go check them out. And while you're there, say hi to Kat and Jordan and Christian and all the other, Mike and all the other great people working there. What's up, dudes? And yeah, they're awesome. All right, I'll talk to you later. Stay great. And all right, bye.